Far beyond the last gas station, beyond the small northern towns where the roads grow narrow and the trees swallow the sky, lies one of the most mysterious wilderness regions in America, the Allagash Wilderness Waterway. Over 1 million acres of dense forest, winding rivers, hidden bogs, abandoned logging roads, and endless silence. A place beautiful enough to inspire awe, yet isolated enough to inspire fear. To many, the Allagash is a paradise for hunters, canoeists, hikers, and campers. But to others, it is a place where people vanish. Not every disappearance here can be explained by weather, wildlife, or getting lost. Some cases remain cold decades later, leaving behind only abandoned campsites. Unanswered questions and chilling stories whispered around campfires deep in the Maine woods. And those who spend enough time in the Allagash often say the same thing. The forest does not feel empty. Locals have long spoken about strange happenings in these woods. People hearing voices call their names from impossible distances. Campers waking to see shadowy figures standing silently beyond the firelight. Hunters finding footprints in the mud that suddenly stop with no sign of where the person went. Some claim the forest itself changes at night. Trails seeming to bend in directions they never remembered. Compasses spinning wildly. Entire sections of woods falling into unnatural silence. And then, there are the missing. But perhaps the most chilling story ever tied to these wilderness waters began in 1976, when 4 men from Maine ventured deep into the Allagash on a camping and fishing trip near Eagle Lake. The men knew these woods well. They grew up around the forests and rivers of Maine. They understood the wilderness. They weren't inexperienced hikers wandering into danger. Yet what they claimed happened one dark night would become one of the most famous UFO encounter stories in American history. According to the men, the group had been canoeing across the lake after nightfall when they noticed a strange glowing object hovering silently above the trees. At first, they thought it might be an aircraft in the distance. But the craft moved strangely silent, massive, watching them from above the water. One of the men flashed a light toward it, and suddenly, the object responded. A blinding beam of white light burst from beneath the craft, flooding the lake and shoreline in an eerie glow brighter than daylight. Terrified, the men paddled desperately toward shore as the object followed overhead. Then everything went dark. The next thing they remembered, they were back at camp, Their fire had nearly burned out. Hours were missing, and none of them could explain how they had returned. For years afterward, the men reportedly suffered disturbing nightmares and terrifying flashes of memory. Cold examination rooms, bright white lights, thin humanoid beings with enormous black eyes. And the horrifying feeling of being taken somewhere beyond the wilderness below. Under hypnosis years later, the men described being examined aboard a strange craft suspended high above the forests of Maine. Skeptics dismissed the story. Others believed the men truly experienced something unexplainable deep within the Allagash Wilderness. And even today, locals still whisper about strange lights hovering over Eagle Lake late at night. Some say the forests remember what happened there, and some believe whatever watched those men in 1976 may still be out there. In 2013, 66-year-old hiker Geraldine Largay disappeared while hiking alone along the Appalachian Trail in Maine. Known affectionately as Inchworm by fellow hikers, Geraldine was experienced and cautious. Yet after stepping off the trail for what may have only been a brief moment, she vanished into the wilderness. Search teams spent weeks combing the forest with helicopters, dogs, and hundreds of volunteers. But despite massive efforts, no trace of her was found. Years later, her remains were discovered less than 2 miles from the trail. Investigators later recovered journal entries revealing she had survived alone in the woods for nearly a month, desperately waiting for rescue. But some who know the wilderness still question how searchers missed her for so long. And others whisper that strange things happen to direction in these woods, as if the forest itself pulls people away from safety. In 1971, 8-year-old Douglas Legg disappeared while camping with family near Maine's wilderness region, not far from the Allagash area. The child wandered only a short distance from camp before vanishing completely. Hundreds of searchers flooded the woods. Tracking dogs struggled to follow his scent. Some claimed strange weather patterns and heavy fog rolled through the area during the search. Douglas was never found. To this day, his disappearance remains one of Maine's most haunting mysteries. Locals still tell stories about hearing a child's voice echoing through the woods at night, calling for help from somewhere deep beyond the trees.
Help me! I want my mama.
Old legends among Maine guides tell of canoeists who disappeared along isolated stretches of river within the Allagash decades ago. One story speaks of 2 fishermen who camped along the riverbanks during the late 1960s. Nearby campers reported hearing terrified shouting in the middle of the night, followed by silence. The next morning, their canoe was found drifting empty downstream. Their campfire still burned. Fishing gear remained untouched. No tracks led away from the shoreline. No bodies were ever recovered. Some believe the men drowned in the powerful currents. Others believe something else was waiting in the fog. The disappearances are terrifying enough on their own, but the sightings may be even worse. Hunters have reported seeing tall, dark figures standing motionless between trees before vanishing instantly. Campers describe hearing footsteps circling tents at night. Slow, deliberate footsteps that stop whenever someone looks outside. Some claim they've seen pale human-like figures watching silently from riverbanks under the moonlight. And perhaps most unsettling are reports of strange lights. Floating orbs drifting through the trees, lantern-like glows hovering over the water, lights that seem to lure people farther into the woods before disappearing completely. Some believe the mysterious lights seen throughout the Allagash may somehow be connected to the terrifying encounter experienced by the 4 Maine men in 1976. Native legends from the region speak of spirits tied to the land. Entities that protect sacred places and lead the lost deeper into the wilderness. Whether those stories are folklore or something darker, no one truly knows. And as the fire dies down, and the forests of the Allagash disappear once more into darkness, the questions still remain. What truly happened to those who vanished beneath these ancient trees? Why do so many people describe the same strange lights? The same overwhelming feeling of being watched? The same silence that seems almost alive? Perhaps the wilderness is hiding more than lost trails and forgotten stories. Some believe the Allagash may be a place of spiritual gateways. Thin places where something unseen crosses between worlds. A place where the veil between our reality and something far older, far stranger, grows dangerously thin. Maybe the missing were simply lost. Or maybe they stumbled upon something they were never meant to find. And if the stories are true, what still walks these woods after dark? Because deep in the Allagash, some secrets were never meant to be uncovered. Before you wander back into the darkness, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more terrifying true stories, haunted legends, missing persons mysteries, and unexplained encounters lurking deep within the shadows. Because out there in the darkness, the truth is still waiting to be found. Good night.